Now, talking about the appearance of Radha Rani, there are three stories because different yugas, kalpa, or rather kalpa. Every kalpa, there are yugas are coming. So every kalpa, the appearance of Radharani and also the other incarnations as well will be different. There will be some changes, but the leelas will be almost similar. So now here, because one kalpa is 1 day of Brahma, which is 4.32 plus 4.32, that is 8.64 billion years, earth years. So that is the time that Krishna comes to the Radharani. Otherwise, only Vishnu comes. So we have the stories only for the last 3 kalpas. The way leelas are done is almost same. There will be Kamsa, Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and so on in each leela. In his Sri Lalita Madhava, Sri Rupa Goswami relates the appearance of Srimati Radharani explained by Paurnamasi Devi. According to the order of King Kamsa to kill newly born children, when Putana was searching for such children, she found 2 most beautiful baby girls. At that time, Jambavan was residing in both Vindhya and Govardhan mountains. By the order of India, Jambavan went to Vidarbha and took 1 girl back. She was known as Chandravali. While Putana was still flying with the other girl, in her arms, her weakness increased, and upon reaching Braja, she fell to the ground. At that time, Paurnamasi, Devi recovered that baby girl from Putana and gave her to Mukara. Mukara is Krithida's mother, telling her she is the daughter of your son-in-law Vrishabhanu. So you should take care of her. That was one incident. One kalpa, it happened like that. Another kalpa, what happened was King Vrishabhanu went to the ashrama of Krauto Muni, which was situated on the bank of Yamuna, and he accepted Harinama from Krauto Muni. So, who explained so many different rules and regulations in chanting the Harinama? After receiving this Mahamantra from Krauto Muni, Vrishabhanu offered his prostrated obeisances and came back to the bank of Yamuna, where he sat and chanted the mantra with devotion. After some time, Katayani Devi, being very pleased with King Vrishabhanu, appeared in front of him. The king offered his obeisances and prayers unto Katayani. Katayani offered the king an oval box in the shape of a golden egg, which was radiant like thousands of suns. Katayani Devi then disappeared. Maharaj Vrishabhanu returned to his home with great happiness, and inside was Radharani. Remember, like Sita Devi also was actually appeared very similarly in Mithila. So here Radharani was found inside that box. She was very tender and most beautiful, like a golden champaka flower. So that was in one kalpa. Another kalpa which we really have, that happened in this particular kalpa, is the third description of the appearance of Srimati Radharani. Once King Vrishabhanu from Raval was immersed in the waters of the Yamuna. He was taking bath, meditating upon the Lord. Suddenly a 1,000-petaled lotus flower came floating towards him. Only towards him it was coming. And it touched his body as well. When he opened his eyes, he saw the most beautiful molten colored girl lying on the center of the lotus. And when he opened his eyes, he saw you could not believe. Oh, it's beautiful. And as the king had no child, and he was very happy to receive this girl, he brought her to his palace and gave her to his wife Kritida Devi. Thus, reminding the Radharani appeared in the earthly home of her eternal parents, Kritida, Sundari, and Maharaj Brishabhanu. That is why we really go, when we go to Vrindavan Parikrama, we visit this place called Raval. So Radharani is the Parasakti. Parasakti means he is the highest. Purna Sakti. Parasakti comes from her. So now if you see, Sakti need not really be born in the womb. Also when in Gokul, Krishna appeared as a normal, normal child. But along with that, Yogamaya, he just appeared without any umbilical. He just appeared, that's all. No umbilical. So it's very, very interesting to really see that the Sakti always does not have to really, be born in the womb of a person. Okay, so 15 days after the appearance day of Krishna in Gokul, King Brishabhanu was taking bath in Yamuna. That is the one I really told just about that. I used to play this every time about her Radharani's appearance. So she was amazingly beautiful. Then Lord Brahma also was there. Then Narada Muni was also. Narada Muni after that heard about. Anyway, now this Radharani is very, very unique. Compared to Krishna and Radharani, if you see, Radharani is a little different. Krishna may be giving some difficulties and, we may have to go through these karmas and whatever. That is left to him. But when one surrenders completely under the protection of Radharani, only happiness will be there. It is very, very, very rare very, very difficult to get under the shelter of Radharani. It's not easy. And she is very different, means no suffering, no fasting even. Look at here how we celebrate Janmashtami. No water, nothing, and no eating, so whole fasting. Then also after that, like many devotees, they really take only Ekadashi Prasadam and so on. But for Radharani's appearance, then no fasting. So, because anyone who comes to complete control under her is already gone beyond the basic Vaidya Bhaktis, and she is very, very difficult to get. And Radharani gives the real happiness. That is why we see Krishna was always wondering as why the gopis are always happy. They do not need anything. They were always happy. The only sorrow for them is when they are away from Krishna. Was there any other unhappiness? No. Actually, that unhappiness is also not really unhappiness, because they are really eager to see Krishna all the time. This unhappiness is called Vishamruta. Vishamruta, Visha means poison, Amruta means nectar. So Vishamruta means this is a poison which is actually also nectar. Okay, it's very difficult to understand. Only spiritual dimension one can understand. This Visha is Vipralamba and Amruta is Sambhoga. So outside it is Visha, inside it is Amruta. In Vrindavan, everywhere you go, Radhe, 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 that's all they will go, because they are very happy. Radharani is very merciful than Krishna. That's the point I am making here. And Radharani belongs only to Krishna. Krishna himself worships Radharani. Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Daite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Damodara Rati Vardhana Vese Harini Skuta Vrindabi Nese. So like that we really hear about all her. you have got glory. So, but Krishna worships Radharani. That is the reason in the altar, you should never reveal the lotus feet of Radharani in the deities. I am here as this picture, that you are seeing, but Radharani's lotus feet should not be shown to anyone, including on the Radha Ashtami, because GBC of ISKCON has, I don't know how they really came with that, but no, Shastra says it's completely forbidden. No, not on that day or any day. Completely, her lotus feet should not be shown to the public. Period. It belongs only to Krishna. So what is the meaning of Radhe? Aratyate iti Radhe. Many people actually do not know this meaning. Sri Krishna himself worships Srimati Radhika, and Radhika also worships Krishna, as you see in the picture. When she came from Krishna's left side in the Rasa Leela, she at once ran to him, to Krishna, to worship him. And Krishna also ran towards her. Radhe, Jai Jai Radhe, all glories to you, all glories to you. Madhava Daite, you are very dear and dear most to Lord Madhava. Now here comes the most astonishing thing, which I really touched in the Radha Ashtami Harikatha. Radharani makes Krishna to dance. That is how we are entering into the Harikatha today. So, who says this Radharani makes Krishna to dance? Is Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying, I am not on the top, because in our Guru, in our Parambara, Krishna is on the top, then you have Sri Parambara, okay, through Lakshmi Devi, and then the Brahma Sampradaya through Lord Brahma, and the Rudra Sampradaya through Lord Shiva, and then the Kumara Sampradaya through the 4 Kumaras, and running through. And there are the prominent acharyas are there. So Krishna is on the top. But that Krishna is saying, no, I am not on the top. Radhikara Prema Guru Ami Sishya Nata Sada Ama Nana Nritye Nachaya Ubata. This is what Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying, my Yabo me is Radharani. My Guru is Radharani. She only makes me to dance according to her tune. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, 4th chapter, 124th verse. So, who is at the topmost platform of a Guru? Because here we see that Jagat Guru or Krishna, Krishna Mande Jagat Guru. That's how we really do that. We think that way. But Krishna says, no, I am not. So, my Guru is Radharani, and she is the one who makes me to dance. And without her, I am nothing. Like Brahma. No power. So, although in our Guru Parambara, the topmost position is Krishna, he says Radharani is my Guru. In all the loving of affairs and everything, all the activities, without Radharani, there is nothing. Ami Sishya Nata. I am just a dancing disciple of her. Oh, this is good. And he says, Radharani says, go there, come here, up, down, dance, this, that's wrong. You have to correct. So she is the one who is really making me to dance. Okay, actually people think that by reading Rasika scriptures, they will understand all these kind of Rasika tattvas. But actually it is not possible. Unless one has a Rasika Guru, he can never realize the Rasika scriptures. He may read and then he may think that, oh, this is like something between boy and girl or something. They have no way of understanding this spiritual dimension. They'll be completely lost. This is also part of Guru Tattva. Anyway, but Krishna is a dancer. But Radharani is the Guru for him. That is why Srimad Bhagavatam says that when the Yajna Patnis came to really see Krishna, they got stunned by seeing the dancing pose of Krishna. How he was standing. Barha pidam natavara bapuhu karnayo karnikaram bihibhradvasa kanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamala Randran Veno Radha Sudayo Purayan Gopa Brindair Brindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti. So those Yajna Patnis got stunned because he was in the dancing position. He was wearing a peacock feather and ornament upon his head, nicely decorated, and a blue karnikara flower on his ears, a yellow garment as brilliant as gold, and the Vaijayanti garland, Lord Krishna. It was really coming all the way from the neck to the toe, all the way to the feet. Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest dancer, Natavara. Then he was just standing there in Vrindavan, beautifying. Actually, he beautifies Vrindavan by his footprints. And he takes the flute and he filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips, and the cowherd boys sang his glories. But here, I am describing about the pose of this Natavara. Natavara Vapuhu. Also Karnayo, Karnikar, the hairs and everything all coming. This particular verse, one verse itself is one full Karikada, we can go, but we don't have time today. But that is only a show compared to Srimati Radharani's glory. Because Radharani is the Natana Guru of Krishna. Krishna is just a dancer, like a puppet. But his dance teacher is Radharani. So without Radharani, there is no Rasa dance. Common people have no way of understanding what is Rasa dance of Krishna, or rather Radharani's. In this material world, people see only lust. There is no real love. But real love or prema is only in the spiritual world. Lust is selfish. Prema is selfless. Lust is always taking. Prema is only giving. It is opposite. So lust is give and take kind of, right? It's always expecting mainly. It's like a business. Prema is only give and give and give and give everything. In lust, two persons are trying to fill their empty pots from each other. They don't have anything. See, a boy and girl, what do? They are trying to fill their empty pots from each other. Give and take. But there is nothing there. But in prema, two persons are only giving and giving. No taking at all. Only giving. Do you understand the difference with this example that I am giving? Only giving. No taking. But in the other hand, in the material lust, what happens? Is only taking and taking from empty bowl. They don't have anything in their bowl either. So in lust, two empty beggars are trying to be rich from each other, which is not possible. That is why This world is only full of sufferings and only distress and dejections. But Krishna and gopis, each one is full and they only give. Rasa Leela has no material tinge at all. Rasa Leela is arranged by Yoga Maya. Lust Leelas are arranged by Maha Maya. Completely the opposite. There is an amazing process as how the Rasa Leela actually happens. There are 3 places for Rasa dances: Vrindavan, Govardhan, Radha Kunda. So this Rasa Leela, this has some different gradations. Vrindavan, you know, many can, most of the all the gopis can be part of the Rasa Leela in Vrindavan. Okay, Manjaris do not dance Rasa Leela. Then Govardhan restricted, only very important. They are very close to Radha Krishna, serving closely, only they can be part of it. Radha Kunda even further restricted, only very, very closely related to Radha Krishna, very close. Ashtasakis and, like that. Only, few. So Radha Kunda dance is very high. So this Rasa Leela, which is a love play, has 3 aspects and so many gods come and witness. What are the things, there are processes are there in the Rasa Leela is 3 things. Glorification of Braj, glorification of Brajavasis, glorification of Radha and Krishna, in that order. So what is the process? How does it start? These kind of lectures nobody will be giving, only under Gurudev's shelter. I am just telling what Gurudev has really given to me, because I am getting old. Somebody has to really hear about what Gurudev used to give this treasure from the Goloka Vrindavan. What is the process? Krishna first bows down to Radharani. Okay, first Krishna bows down to Radharani. He requests Radha, then he requests, "Oh Radhe, please start this rasa dance. It is yours." So without Radharani, there is no rasa dance. And then Krishna then starts, to play on the enchanting flute. That mesmerizes every gopi. Krishna is the one, only one who does not carry any weapon, as you know, because only flute, he has only flute. Narayana has, all these weapons, Vishnu has weapons, Shiva has weapons, Durga has weapons, everybody, Kartikeya, everybody has weapons. One and only Krishna does not have any weapon except only flute and the peacock feather. Have you ever thought about this? Is glory of Krishna? Only flute. Because he is Rasa Raja. He delegates everything to his expansions. What are the expansions? Narayana, Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Sadashiva. Anyway, we have seen all these Maga Sankarshan, Mula Sankarshan, everything that we have studied. They need weapon. Krishna never. All the Leelas that happened in Vrindavan, did he use? Only Dwaraka Krishna used that. Chakra, he used a chakra. Here nothing. Nandanandan Krishna is different. Our Gurudev always telling. We worship only Nandanandan Krishna, not Dwaraka Krishna, not Narayana. No, that is for others. This is Braja Bhakti. Anyway, only flute. Only expansions, expansions carry weapons. That is their problem. So Rasa Leela involves all the Vibhavas, Anubhavas, Sanjari Bhavas, all the transformations, everything will come into action. So the result is an ocean of blissful Rasa Leela. Rasa Leela expresses so many rasas. In our food, we taste 6 kinds of taste. It's also rasa. So Rasa Leela has unlimited varieties of bliss for Krishna to taste, and Krishna is tasting all the varieties, and everybody else also will be tasting that. So actually Krishna is the only enjoyer. But each gopi has different kinds of prema rasa for Krishna. When all those prema rasas combine into this Rasa Leela, actually Rasa Leela, we'll call it, so far I am calling Rasa Leela because it has rasa, blissful Rasa Leela. And when all the different varieties of prema rasas combine into this Rasa Leela, it becomes rasa. That is why it's called Rasa Leela. Rasa Leela and Rasa Leela. Rasa Leela means all the different kinds of flavors of prema rasa flowing. That becomes Rasa Leela. Only Radha Rani starts the rasa dance. Then everyone dances. Krishna dances, Yamuna dances, Ganga dances, Parrot, Sukha and Sari, everybody dances. Lalita Devi dances, Vishaka Devi dances, all the gopis dance, and here is one nice bhajan that we really be sang in our Radha Ashtami. And I don't know, due to some technical difficulties, I don't know whether how you really, now you can actually hear that this is only 3 minutes. There you go. So now, yes, we just hear, especially I am going to bring one line from there. Sukha nache, sari nache. That is how I am going to get into the next stage. So that's why I played until that. Without Radha Rani, there is no Krishna Leela also. Bhagavatam is all about Krishna Leela. But for ordinary people, the name of Radharani is not explicitly seen in Bhagavatam. This is the great misery. See, Bhagavatam is, especially 10th canto, is completely Radharani, about them only. But her name is not there. Why is this? Today we will go over this great mystery. Remember that? Sari, yes, it's right. There, Sukha nache, Sari nache. We are going to see something relevant to that. And that is today's, the rest of the Harikatha. So we have basic Vedic scriptures. These barely touch about bhakti. Okay, so I am starting from basics. So mostly Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, yogas, Ashtanga yogas. This is what normally these kind of scriptures are all talking about for the common people. So in that line we have Itigasa, which are Ramayana, Mahabharata. So Bhagavad Gita is just part of Mahabharata only. Then 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama and Atharvana. Then 4 Upavedas, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Ayurveda, Artha Sastra, and so on. There are there. Okay, these are the 4 ones. I told all the 4. Then 6 Vedangas. That is Siksha, Chantas, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Kalpa, Jyotisha. These are all Vedangas. Then we have Vyakaran, structures of language, grammars and all those. Then there are 1180 Aranyakas. That means rules of rituals and fire sacrifices. They are all described there. Then Smritis. Smritis literally means those which need to be memorized. There are 3 are very important, but anyway, we are not going in the deep anyway. 18 Puranas and 18 Upa Puranas. 18 Puranas have over 400,000 slokas. Then 18 Upa Puranas, they are not that important as the main Puranas. Then Agamas, 28 for Saiva Agamas, 64 for Shakta Agamas, 108 Vaishnava Agamas. So these are all basically traditional jnana. Then you have Darshan Shastras. Example, Brahma Sutra. There are Darshan Shastras. And then 1180 Upanishads. Out of that, 108 are main. Out of that, 13 are most important. But anyway, so if you really see all these things, what are they talking about? These are all meant for the common people. Common people to get jnana in and understand about this about the spiritual world. Who is God? Who am I? Why I am here? What am I supposed to do? And all those things. That every person will have some adhikars. These adhikars are coming from the influence of these 3 modes of material nature. Tamasic, Rajasic and Sattvic. Sattvic is better. Rajasic is action oriented. Sattvic is morally brain and intelligent, intellect, peace of mind, calm. The Rajasic is actions. Tamasic is dullness, laziness, sleepy. And now these pranas, if you take the pranas, they are all categorized into 3 classes like this, according to the modes of the material nature of the person. They will have natural attraction to. Suppose somebody is really tamasic, they will naturally run towards Shiva Purana, Linga Purana, Skanda Purana, Agni Purana, Matsya Purana, like that, they will immediately jump there. They will be attracted. And suppose somebody is actually Satvik. Oh, for them Vishnu Purana, Naradi Purana, Padma Purana, Varaha Purana, like this they will go. And Sutta, even very, so more when they really go in Satvik Purana, they will get into Srimad Bhagavatam. Then in between is all the action-oriented, the demigod worshippers. And Brahmanda Prana, Brahma Vaivarta Prana, Markandeya Prana, Bhavishya Prana, like that you have, basically if you see all the 18 divided by 3, 6 in each category. But Srimad Bhagavatam is what we are talking about, which is highest. This is Sutta Satvik. It's not Satvik. Sutta means above even Satvik. Very high. It's Amala Purana, they say. Veda Vyasa wrote only Srimad Bhagavatam in his matured state. Very matured state. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you don't need anything other than Srimad Bhagavatam. Only Bhagavatam. Even whatever the list of the scriptures that I mentioned, so much. If you take a big home, if you really put all the scriptures of whatever that Sanatana Dharma scriptures I mentioned, it will full it completely full. It will be full. But what is the use of it? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Dharma projita kaitavo atra paramo nirmattaranam satam Vetyam vastavam atra vastu sivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kimba pareirisvaraha Satyo hridi avarutyate atra kritibihi Shushrubish Tachkanat. Throw all those scriptures. Only Bhagavatam is enough for you. Even if you really lost all those scriptures, but you have Srimad Bhagavatam, you have not lost anything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I am not saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, because great sage, Veda Vyasa, after compiling all these Mahabharatas, these and everything, Puranas, these Vedas, dividing Vedas, all those things he did, he was about to kill himself, as I have probably given in some Harikatha about this anyway. I'm not going to go through, but eventually, Narada Muni, his Gurudev instructed, you did all kinds of not good things. Every time you wrote a Purana, you said that he is the ultimate deity. When you wrote in the Shiva Purana, you said Lord Shiva is the highest. Devi Purana, only Durga is the highest. And then Vishnu Purana is actually, he got it from his father. But anyway, they are also Vishnu is the highest. Narayana is the highest. You confused everybody. And Mahabharata, what is the use of it? That is a karmic scripture. Politics. Total politics. These and everything. This is only karmic people will have attracted to the Mahabharata. Normal, bhaktas don't have anything there except that Srimad. Only thing is Bhagavad Gita is there inside. That's it. But that's all the only thing you did about Krishna. Did you do anything else about Krishna? That is why you are having mental problem and you are about to kill yourself. Write Srimad Bhagavatam. Throw everything else. And in that Bhagavatam you write, I have made a big problem, big mistake. To nullify that, I am writing this. It is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is there. Whatever I have done so far is, no, I cheated the people. But people are actually going after. That is their problem. But Srimad Bhagavatam is, it gives the bhakti rasa. Nigamakalpattaror galitam balam sukamugatam ritatrava samyutam Vibhatta Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhurago Rasika Bhuvibhavuka. Relish the Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desert tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami when he was narrating to Parikshit Maharaj. And that Sukha we just sang, who was also dancing. Sukha nache, sari nache. We are telling that Sukha means parrot, and it is Lord, it is the Srimati Radharani's parrot is that Sukha. So it became so even. So because it came from that parrot, it became so more tasteful. So basically, Vedavyasa got that in the trance, Srimad Bhagavatam, but he could not write because Ganapati could not really help in that, like in Mahabharata. So it was waste. And then he really heard from Lord Shiva, and which we are actually going to talk about soon. And then eventually everything all came to Sukadeva Goswami from his father also, because his Vedavyasa was his father. And its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. With that. But why? But it does not mention the name of Radharani. Why? There are several reasons. Okay, listen carefully. Sukadeva Goswami, who was said to narrate Srimad Bhagavatam, is a parrot of Radharani as the Nitya Siddha. That parrot always used to sing her name Radhe, 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 and whenever it sings the name Radhe, 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 it gets into ecstasy. It will collapse. The same bird used to fly to Krishna, and then at the hand of Krishna also, it used to say, "Oh, Radhe, 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 Radhe," and Krishna, because for Krishna, Radharani's name is the mantra. So this parrot always used to sing. So when he is singing in ecstasy, it will faint. So this same parrot also used to go to Krishna and tell about Radharani as a messenger. Anyway, 5,000 years ago, when the Prakata Leela of Sri Radha Krishna was about to close, Srimati Radharani instructed her parrot to stay behind and narrate Srimad Bhagavatam. But the parrot did not want to be separated, and so it was lamenting. Radharani for preparing for the forthcoming event of Parikshit Maharaj, because she knew everything what is going to happen. So he asked the parrot to stay. You hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Lord Shiva, and also you will be born as a son of Vedavyasa. You will hear more. And then the time will come. There you have to narrate the Srimad Bhagavatam, all about me as the core, but only one condition. You should not utter my name. Yes, I will be inside. I am inside that Srimad Bhagavatam that you are reciting, but don't tell my name. As soon as you utter my name, as you are doing, you will collapse, and the Bhagavatam cannot be then recited in 7 days. Actually, we didn't get the whole Bhagavatam anyway. And another one is, this Bhagavatam version is also going to go to Mayavadis and all the normal, ordinary people who have no bhakti, karmis, jnanis and yogis. But it can be given only to the qualified who are raganugas. So don't mention my name. Okay? So who is this Sukadeva Goswami? The parrot of Radharani. Because mere the name of Radha is so powerful that the parrot will faint. Parrot faints. So but 7 days, Within 7 days, how will he? Because when he faints, suppose in this case, Sugadevi, if he faints, he will be in unconscious state for days and days, like Rupa Goswami used to. If he ever says the word Radhe, he would have gone into trance and could not have come out for trance for days. But 7 days were the only thing that is given. So Radharani instructed, don't tell my name. He ordered not to utter her name during the entire recitation. That was how it started. This Sukha, as a parrot, also listened this Bhagavatam from Lord Shiva. Because Parvati Devi wanted to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva said, agreed, okay, I have, okay, but you have to be very careful. When you are hearing Bhagavatam, we should not sleep. Okay, so then only I will actually tell Bhagavatam, but also when I really say, narrate the Bhagavatam, everything will be all completely, I will go into trance. I won't be knowing anything. So I will be just keep on actually reciting like Veda Vyasa also was reciting in front of Ganapati. I won't be knowing anything, but I need to know whether you are listening or not. So you have to keep on giving sound. Oh, yes, please, go ahead. Something you have to say that. Otherwise, I will stop. Agreed. So Parvati Devi started listening. But in first canto or second canto itself, she was, because Lord Shiva went into trance and Bhagavatam was going and Parvati Devi slept. But Lord Shiva did not know. But somebody was giving the sound saying, yes, go ahead, yes, go ahead, I understand, go ahead. Sound was coming, Lord Shiva was hearing, and the entire Srimad Bhagavatam was given. But Parvati Devi was sleeping. Then Lord Shiva came out of the trance. Then he saw Parvati Devi was completely sleeping. Oh. Then he wondered, who was that person who was giving response to every verse I recited? He looked around. No one around except he saw a parrot sitting on the same tree under which he was narrating Bhagavatam. She got so angry. Lord Shiva gets angry very quickly. No unqualified person should hear Bhagavatam. This parrot listened. I should immediately kill it. So Lord Shiva immediately took a bow and arrow and he was chasing the parrot. Why? To kill the parrot. But the parrot flew away and it was flying fast. And he saw a hermitage of Vedavyasa. This Vedavyasa was also narrating Bhagavatam to his consort, who had kept her mouth so open. Wonder, because wow, Bhagavan's Leela is so high. Oh, he just opened the, the mouth so wide in astonishment of the Harikatha by Vedavyasa, and this parrot immediately just flew into the mouth. And he vanished because he took the spiritual form and entered into the body of the consort of Vedavyasa. So, and she did not even notice what happened. And the parrot got ended and she got pregnant. When anyone becomes pregnant when hearing Bhagavatam, surely a devotee will be born. But what are we listening to? Pop music, soap opera, nonsense, all gossip. Then only demons and dogs and cats will be born. This is what the whole problem in this world. Lord Shiva by now, so he is now coming, chasing. And he approached this hut because he saw the parrot was really flying there. He did not see the parrot anymore, but only a hut, and there he saw Vedavyasa with his consort. Seeing Lord Shiva, Vedavyasa immediately recognized Lord Shiva and paid his obeisances and asked, "Oh Lord, you seem to be chasing someone. What is going on?" Then Lord Shiva said, "A bird had heard my Bhagavatam recitation. As only a qualified person should be given Bhagavatam, I am chasing that bird that I should kill." Vedavyasa smiled. "Oh Lord, what is the result of one hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? What is the result of hearing Bhagavatam? That person will become immortal." Aha! Then how can you kill an immortal being? So please stop your endeavor. So Lord Shiva realized the truth and returned back to Kailash with Parvati. He woke up Parvati Devi. Okay, enough sleep. Okay, get up. Then they went there. So Srila Sukadeva Goswami was said to narrate Srimad Bhagavatam with a big condition that he should not say the word Radha Rani, and then that is why Radha Rani's name is not in the Srimad Bhagavatam at all. Because Bhagavatam is actually being read even by Nastikas nowadays. People are everybody's, Mayavadis, yogis. So they will not be able to understand. At the same time, a Rasika Bhakta will see Radharani in throughout the Bhagavatam, especially 10th canto, everywhere she is there. Who sang this Gopi Gita, which is the pinnacle of Srimad Bhagavatam? Anyway, so even Sukadeva Goswami was very careful not to utter her name, because otherwise he will go into trance and no more Bhagavatam. So it was a planned thing already. So, but in the Bhagavatam there is one verse he was about to get fainted also. That is this verse. Anya Radito. That word Radha came, he was about to get into trance. But luckily he was saved. This is the verse. Bhagavatam 10th canto, 30th chapter, 28th verse. He was about to faint. And Anaya Radito Nunam Bhagavan Haririshwaraha Yanno Vihaya Govindaha Pritoyam Anayat Rahaka. Certainly, and that also about her only. Certainly, because in the middle of the rasa dance, Krishna vanishes. And then they are all searching, and this verses comes after some incidents. Certainly, this particular gopi, who is that? Who is Radharani? Is perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of God Govinda. So with that, we will conclude today's program here.